This video is going to explain the setups for the 560 FPS barrierless cube jumps and the 130 FPS barrierless cube jump currently used in the fastest route of Gehenna any percent. I'm going to assume that the viewer is knowledgeable about the route in general and also about barrierless cube jumps. I'm not going to explain any parts of the route beyond the jumps, and I'm also not going to explain the mechanics behind or how to perform barrierless cube jumps. I'm only going to explain the setup position and what you do from either of the two landing positions depending on whether or not you got a fast slide or a slow slide. The first jump is from pendulum to harmony. You'll jam that barrier, run through here and grab the cube. Drop it looking roughly in the middle of that archway. Try and drop the cube where the grass ends and the pavement begins. That's the best spot, I think, to get a slow slide, which is ideal. From here, just do the jump. That was a fast slide. Fast slide lands you here, you just run around and then continue as normal. Slow slide, if I can get one. Slow slide lands you much further forward, usually here or in this corridor, occasionally on the other side, and from here again, just continue as normal. The next jump is from pendulum to BFF, starting from a reset in pendulum. You run through the level, jump up onto this platform, stay at the edge of it, grab the cube and aim at this gap in the aqueduct. The position you want to aim at is roughly so that the right hand edge of your crosshair is touching that wall at a zoomed level. Drop the cube and do a BLCJ from here. This is a slow slide, which will land me inside BFF, specifically inside here where you can just drop the cube and do the old strat. A fast slide instead will land you outside the level, same setup, like this. From here you then just run around the level, drop the cube at the edge here and jump up in and over. Something else I'd like to address, if you stand in the wrong place on the platform, as in you stand within the platform itself rather than staying at that edge, you can't BLCJ from here. Instead you just do a sort of awkward, not guided slide onto the cube. I don't know what causes that. You have to stand at the edge here. The other jump you can do is from this platform instead, aiming at the same gap. The danger here is that the gap is narrower because you're coming at it from more of an angle, and if you get the wrong slide speed, you will lose the run. So this is a fast slide through the gap. As you can see, the gap's narrower. A fast slide will land you out here. However, a slow slide will land you in here, usually in this mine's path or in front of this turret, neither of which are good outcomes. So if you're going for a faster time, this is theoretically quicker because it's less distance to run, but this is far safer. The final jump is from pendulum to ray trivia. You just run up to this cube, which is already in the perfect position. I've got into a habit of picking it up and dropping it a little further forward. This is simply because if you try and back off the cube to retry it from its default position, it's very easy to back off into the buzzer and fall off. From here, you just simply aim it that direction and do a BLCJ. This one isn't very precise at all because you've got a huge landing area. A slow slide will land you about here. You just run up the ramp. A fast slide by comparison will land you here, where it's then faster to run diagonally over those rocks and then again just up into the level. The next jump and first jump in World 2 is from bunny hop to cube driver. You want to run forwards until you can just about pick up this cube and then aim at the left edge of this tree. Now in practice, you won't stop just as you can pick up the cube. You'll probably be running a bit further, which means you then want to aim a little bit further left of the tree, otherwise you will be aiming too far to the right effectively. From here you do a jump. A slow slide will land you inside this area. Drop the cube here, jump up onto the statue, onto the wall, and then run forward to grab the switch. A fast slide for comparison. There we go. Will land you outside the level here, and from here with the cube, or without the cube, you just jump over the wall and do the slow strat, the old strat like this. I shouldn't have said slow strat because that is actually faster. It's just you have to do that awkward jump over the fence, and I don't like that jump. I prefer landing inside. The second jump in World 2 is from Bunny Hop to Static Vexor. Again, you will run forwards until you can just about pick up the cube, and then you will aim at the left side of this pillar. From here, a fast slide. Oh, and hold on, I'm going to change FPS mid-air. I'll get back on why I'm doing it mid-air later. A fast slide will land you outside the level here. From here, you jump up onto this wall, and you can then jump over this barrier into the switch area. Now, if you miss that jump and land out here, you can nose over using the cube, but you'd have to menu. That's why I'd recommend menuing mid-air, because it's easy to mess up that jump when you're in a run and you want to be already on uncapped. Theoretically, it is a little bit faster to hit the switch and then change FPS during the menu to reset checkpoint. Now the next jump is on slow FPS. Again, same setup. Come on. There we go. Here you can be more confident about not menuing because you will land up here on this ledge and then just jump down into the level and then menu during the reset back out again. A couple places it's possible to land if you've aimed off is missing this and landing inside this gap here. You can just jump onto the wall and in. You can also land inside the level with a fast slide. Again, so long as you switch to uncap, all of these barriers are noseable. Finally, if you slow slid and aimed too far to the right, you'll land in this gap, or worst of all, out here. You can run all the way back round again, but that's, at that point, very slow. The final jump is at 30 FPS and is in Goliath. You want to run straight up to the cube, which is already positioned perfectly. Align yourself roughly with the left edge of this grey stuff, and then look at the bottom right corner of the cube. If you accidentally pick up the cube like I just did there, I'd recommend resetting because the cube will then be in the perfect spot. And then you land right in front of the switch.